day off in mind.
Mayegun don come,
Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh.
Mayegun don come,
My people make you shout.
Mayegun don come,
Mayegun don't come, man of the masses. Mayegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good evening to you. Good morning to you.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀.
Good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe é, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe
Thank you
é.
very much for joining us tonight. From wherever you are watching from, this is the People's Parliament on Mayegun's Diary Politico. It is that segment where you, as a member of this platform, or even just as a fan of this platform, you can come on, like everyone else, to hear your own views, no matter how far from others it might sound. You have the opportunity, just like everyone else, to speak out what you think about the situation or what we should learn. So this is where you can be, where you don't really have to hide behind your keyboard only. This time you can come on and share your idea and your views too. So to join us, there is a link in that in this description in the description of this broadcast. If you're watching on Facebook, there is a link. Check it properly, right? If you're watching on YouTube, there is also a link to the studio. All you have to do is this: open that link on a device that is different from the one you are currently using to watch this program. And you can only join us just when we are live, okay? If you're watching a replay, you can't join us, okay? So share the broadcast, bring everybody on, and tell them that Mayegun today.
Lórí YouTube,
Mayegun today,
àní ẹ̀sùn láìpẹ́.
Mayegun today,
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́,
Mayegun mami,
àní ẹ̀sùn láìpẹ́.
Mayegun today,
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ,
Mayegun mami,
àní ẹ̀sùn láìpẹ́.
Mayegun today,
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rú ti o,
Mayegun mami,
àní ẹ̀sùn láìpẹ́.
Mayegun today.
But our tradition on the People's Parliament, just before the parliamentarians will begin to pop up, on your screen, before you begin to see different faces of our parliamentarians from all over the world, and they will be reacting to different issues in their own opinions, okay? You can be that part, but the tradition is that I always have to get you into it. There is always something to reflect upon. There's always something that will happen in Nigeria that will make you want to feel like, no, this is not right. Of course, there's so much going on. There's so much wrong going on that many people who usually never bothered are now concerned, because they now know that we are all affected directly or indirectly. So whatever this is to you, let us get started. I'm going to start with the first picture I showed on the screen earlier. I'm going to bring that back up. Let's start from there. On insecurity in Nigeria, Ondo State, this man is a a traditional ruler from Ikare. Well, this is his story. I'll tell you a story. His name is Mukaila Bello, High Chief Mukaila Bello, something like a Bale, right? Is the traditional head of Iku quarters, right? In the ancient community of Akoko, right? So he was traveling from the report. He was traveling along Agopanu area of Owo, Ikare Expressway, coming back from Akure when terrorists grabbed them. He's not alone. There were other people too. Just when we said that the criminality, the consequences of the criminality of those who are in charge of Nigeria is not limited to probably those who don't like them, right? Or should I say, those who actually support them are not immune from the consequences of all their actions. I'm talking about their leaders, because this man on your screen is still in the captivity of his kidnappers, and he's not the only person. So they have others too, right? They said that the other victims identified who are also like a traditional chief as well from Ikare. That's a Yeye Bafinro. That word, I said, there is also a former House of Assembly candidate from Akoko North as well, right? They said there is also an APC chieftain called Honorable Adeniran Adeyemo, right? There is also another community leader, Bashiru Adekile. All these people are in the hands of their kidnappers because Nigeria as it is. Meanwhile, just I bet it was yesterday, okay? The residents of Abuja who have been witnessing the influx, or let me say the siege of the terrorists around their city. So many of them are still partying, by the way. They said that many of you who are living outside Abuja were those who are panicking. Yeah, it's true that terrorists may be terrorizing them currently in the outskirts of Abuja, but inside Abuja, they are not yet feeling it. But they were lying, because just yesterday, right, passerbys, they raised alarm on over the den of kidnappers that is just at the art center inside Abuja, not far from the police headquarters, not far from the military post. And they were kidnapping people, robbing them, taking them into the bush. So this afternoon, the report now came that police have arrested 4 of them inside Abuja. But here is that video that raised the alarm, just for your
Within
view.
Abuja, it's the central area. Imagine kidnapper hideout. Imagine within FCT 33, Abuja is no longer safe. It's no longer safe, sincerely speaking. Eh? Imagine Abuja is no longer safe. Oh. At the middle of offices, inside this bush. Eh? Look at where you're seeing this smoke. That's kidnapper hideout. Let's be careful. Kidnappers. Yes. That's their hideout. That's where they just go now. They catch one of them.
One plate of white rice and beans. This kind is not supposed to happen here. See police headquarters. They have police headquarters.
That's first headquarters.
That
is first headquarters.
See police headquarters. Where they see them and they do that rubbish.
Imagine. Yeah?
No, I don't need to put my phone for pocket. Now my bag is full. That's my bag. I know they here where they came. I used to be money around the hotel.
You get the day where my motor got problem here.
They will come and see if they want to assist you. Now to come and attack you, not the assistance.
But this is not the only black spot in Abuja. There are so many within.
Between Central Mosque here.
Yes, down.
There are plenty for them.
Even after this.
Maybe they collect one of my man motor. The man just tell the warrior.
How come you say na clothes? They can't see. They don't see. We don't fit kill the person.
That's inside Abuja. This is not even like outside anymore. There have been so many estates close to the Nigerian capital who have witnessed overnight raid by terrorists, either to rob them or even to kidnap them en masse. That people were paying ransom there too, right? But the rogues who brought us to this stage, they don't think they've done anything wrong, right? On security. But when you meet Benue governor, he be like, say the whole thing don't turn red. Everyone can no longer really pretend anymore. Autumn, in his words, on security.
You have also heard that Abuja, where the seat of government in Nigeria is under siege. Benue State is under siege. We cannot continue to just play around and allow them to continue. We are equal to the task. And today we are sending a message that Benue State is ready to confront the Fulanis from Niger, from Mali, from Senegal, from Mauritania, from Libya, from Cameroon, who wants to take over Nigeria as their land. We are going to stop it. We did it in 2004, and we are going to do it again.
Yes, let me find out this from you. You don't have what you call the Benue State Livestock Guard, which is to implement the open grazing prohibition law. What is the job description of these guards?
We already have that now, and they are implementing it. We have prosecuted and already convicted over 400 Fulani herdsmen who have besieged the state. We have impounded over 25,000 heads of cattle. Those who pay fine, we release it to them. And those who did not pay, we were able to auction those cattle. That is what the law says. And so this is another phase of ensuring that we secure our land. We are ready to go with them. I'm ready to go to war with those people who have volunteered. These people are not going to be paid. Those volunteer guards. They are community people who are farmers, who are civil servants, who are traders, who have decided that, look, enough is enough. We cannot continue. We must secure our land. And so I want to assure you that I'm involved, my government is involved, and everybody in Benue State is involved. And that is why you see all the traditional rulers here, all the stakeholders in Benue State, the civil servants are here today. And we are ready to wage war against this evil that is coming against that Abuja, where
Sounds so refreshing, doesn't it, right? Yes. Yoruba governors, somebody is saying that, where are the Yoruba governors? You remember I started this with a Yoruba traditional head currently in captivity of kidnappers in Ondo State, Owo, where they killed over 100 people in a church, is in Ondo State, right? You see, when you see the history of traditional rulers being kidnapped in the last 7 years by Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land, Ondo State will carry first. They've had about 3 or 4 of their traditional rulers kidnapped. One of them killed. Ekiti will be second. And many others who have hidden theirs and they never make it to the news. Yorubas were the ones who suggested that we needed state police. APC, Egbekegbe, told Yorubas in 2015 that for 16 years, PDP denied the Yorubas restructuring, that it was time for Yorubas to be part of a new change, which would then guarantee restructuring. And in this case, it will guarantee self-defense in the name of state police. Everything drafted, but trashed when Bukwari said, what is restructuring? The current person running as a vice with Tifnumbu in another new scam they are putting together already told you to hell with restructuring. But nevertheless, Yoruba has put together army of fighters, they call them. Paper tigers, we call them. Amotekun. Amotekun was to be what Autumn was trying to portray there. But Nigeria said Amotekun can only carry Kondo and Shakabula. Yoruba governors, they continue to be politically correct about it. Why we, the residents and the people of Yoruba land, are paying the price for their treasury, for their betrayal, put it that way. But that's a story for another day, or let's say, I'll leave that to you. So autumn has been declared. Do you know that that governor, the Benue State governor, the Fulanis, as well as the Miyetti, they have put a death warrant on his head. Do you know that? He is the first governor that ordinary ethnic group will come together and place a bounty on his head because of his resistance of them of taking over his estates. They have turned Benue states that used to be the food basket of Nigeria to the grave baskets of Nigeria. Do you understand? So as he is right now, the only thing he is enjoying is the immunity and the protection he's having as the governor. They said the moment he leave the office, anybody who kill him will be paid. Who said that? Miyetti Allah. So Autumn is fighting for his life. He said he's taking over, he's confiscated thousands of their cows. He's arrested and prosecuted over 400 of them in Benue State because they have killed more than 20,000 people in Benue State. All for what? All for what? So we are paying the price in Yoruba land as well. Just like those who felt like, if people have to bleed for Nigeria, for them to, to attain power or whatever they have in their minds, right? It's that warped, fucked up mind, right? There are times that people will also try to resist. But there's also a time you have to, there's a part where those who play the game of, silence in the time of this invasion, as we see, including those who participated as well, there will be a time you have to play them the reminder of their deed. Okay, APC, Egbekegbe, didn't just destroy security further. They destroyed Nigeria more. And I'll tell you, and I'll keep telling you, because the only reason why these people seems to be getting away with a lot is because of the Stockholm syndrome of the people. Stockholm syndrome, right? That's why we would need to continue to tell you and remind you and remind you. Sometimes when they feel like you should have forgotten, let's forget that and move on. And when you choose not to, they say, oh, you are a revisionist. You are always a revisionist. Why do you always like to go back to the past? If you don't, then you are bound to make the same mistakes again. The one you've made is costing you your lives as we speak. APC, Egbekegbe, according to Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, he came out today and he said, guys, you probably have no idea. Nigeria is bankrupt. Kingsley Moghalu came out as well and he said, I'm a former staff of the Central Bank of Nigeria. There's so many dirty things that have gone so bad. that they can no longer be covered or hidden. The shit is about to hit the fan. Nigeria is bankrupt. Some of you may not understand what this really means in context, or you probably do, but you are still trying to feel like it's not as worse as you think it's, right? Now, the story now is that they are going to increase your VAT to over 20%. Remember that your VAT used to be 3.5% before these criminals came in. They increased it to 5%. Now they increased it to 7.5%. Some people are already saying that they are already being charged 13% on their VAT. No, it's going to go to 20%, and it's going to go to more and more. What does that mean? It simply means that if you want to buy a 1,000 naira, sorry, a 100 naira bottle of water, you also have to pay an extra, how much on it? 13 naira. And that's how it's going to be on everything you go on to. Then it's going to be an extra 20 naira. And that's how it's going to be for everything, right? As the inflation keeps biting you, they will keep squeezing you. And that's at the point where you realize that some of those your importation you rely upon, you can no longer meet up paying for them anymore. Then things will begin to go off the shelf. Maybe that will be then that either the jihadists will take over in Abuja, or their military will come in and then quickly put a wedge into it and say, oh, yeah, we are coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save anybody. If you love Nigeria, I keep saying it, if we love Nigeria, it is time for everybody to agree that this union must be rediscussed. Anything that brought us or whatever they forced and put us into as one must be discussed, negotiated, and then an agreement made if we still want to be part of this. You know what this guy said? What's his name again? Al-Mustafa. I'll play something for you just before I, bring on the parliamentarians, because I can see that some of our parliamentarians are already lining up. I already have about 6 of you. Just give me a few more minutes to keep getting you into this, listen to this information.
Spend 1 week in looking at the activities of foreigners in Nigeria. There are more foreigners in wrong places in Nigeria in hundreds of thousands by the day, just in search of solid mineral resources for themselves. But there are individual Nigerians who are standing in for them. I tell you today, with all sense of humility, none part of our borders is fully manned. There is no port today in Nigeria that can say, we have inspected all the containers coming to us and we issue them certificate of being arms free. None. I challenge you, none. It was of recent that some of us, one of the answers I can give you that may shock you is to start by looking at the histories of rigging activities in Nigeria. Rigging brought so many desperados in politics into importing arms and arming their own thugs to fight another party or other thugs across Nigeria. And when it started in the late 70s, nobody checkmated that.
This is what they do. These are people from Fiayambi.
We have satellite, so we can say, okay, spend 1 week in looking at the activities of foreigners in Nigeria. There are more foreigners in wrong places in Nigeria in hundreds of thousands by the day, just in search of solid mineral resources for themselves. But there are individual Nigerians who are standing in for them. And there are hundreds of thousands of whites who sit with Boko Haram, who feed Boko Haram. They share common food. They recharge their batteries for their telephones, for their laptops with which they have been communicated to.
You can make of that information as you wish. All right? Just so you know. On this platform, we know that Nigeria has no border. You know that. I know that. And you can't talk that away. And the result of that is what we are witnessing today: economic downturn caused mostly by the greed, selfishness of the corruption of those in charge, as well as the incompetence of those who are unable to keep you safe. So that is on that. But there is someone who I don't understand this much, but I've been told the meaning, right? There are those in that northern Nigeria who also feel the same way some of us feel when we talk about the calamity APC, Egbekegbe, brought upon Nigeria. Listen to this, Imam.
Allah kar ka maimaita mana irin shekarun jam'iyyar APC ya Allah. Allah kar ka kwatanta mana su ya Allah. Allah ka tafiyar da APC da mabiyanta. Allah ka tafiyar da APC da jagororinta. Allah duk wanda yace sai ya kakaba mana APC, Allah ka kakaba masa likabani. Allah duk wanda yace sai ya kakaba mana APC, Allah ka kakaba masa likabani. Allah ka sa a kai shi bai shirya ba. Allah ka sa a kiba bai tukunya bai shirya ba. Ya Allah duk wanda yake ba mu mulkici.
The people who told me the meaning said the Imam was actually placing a curse or placing curses on APC, Egbekegbe, for what they have brought upon Nigeria. But you see, this pastor is doing it differently, right? You shouldn't do, listen.
You are saying that this person cannot perform. Yet you are saying he in our party nonsense. I've told, if you vote party, the way you will suffer, me, I'll be here, I'll tell you, I will suffer with you. Nothing will make me suffer with you. I know too much that I can't suffer. But I can tell you, look, you know I'm a man of God. Try to make mistake. Neither will tumble to 5,000. If you don't want another to tumble to 5,000, better tell yourself what to do. It's a word to you when you vote people who have nothing in their head. If you vote party this time, Nigerians, we go fall our hand and watch on her. All the things they are suffering, am I suffering with you? I'm too connected by covenant to suffer what people are suffering. But if you vote, it's a word to you when your leader is like a child. That means any leader who will be using dampers is dangerous. It's a word to the whole land when thy king is what? It's the Bible, I'm not the one who said it. It's a word to thee, O land, when thy king is a child. They use dampers for children. So if you have a leader who they use dampers, woe to you. And the priest is eating the... It's the Bible, am I the one that said it? Except you want to argue with the Bible. Form. Yet you are saying,
is it in the Bible or not? No be me talk more. Okay? But at the same time, I think he's talking about this person. But his solution, when you listen to the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the humbled slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, they will tell you, Ashiwaju Àwọn Atọ́lé is their best bet. Nigeria is going through a lot. Young people have no jobs as it is right now. Food inflation, food security, and all of those stuff, yeah? But if Numbu has an idea, this is why they said, make you no go give somebody will be child. Abi, which kind talk be this? If I ask you, which kind talk be this?
He may get out. It's voluntary. We can definitely feed ourselves by being creative, visionary, and committed. Do you know how many of you tweeting on the WhatsApp right now?
I don't know. How many of you are tweeting from the WhatsApp now? Are you? But again, If you want to be part of the People's Parliament tonight, you should use that link on your screen. And please put on a cloth. Stay away from where it is noisy. Stay where you know that you won't be disturbed. And let's hope that you have a very good internet that won't disappoint you. So, but I want to play a reminder too, just before I start bringing the parliamentarians on, and everybody can come and say their mind. Even you, Lagos Abobaku, watching me right now, Auntie, you can use that link. Come on screen. Come and tell us about Kolu. Teach us something we don't know. Don't hide behind that keyboard and start making all this blah, 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 blah. Turn on your camera. Use that link. Come and talk to all of us here. Say, yeah, now my face be this. You may be convinced. I mean, you may manage to convince some of us, or we will manage to cure you. I don't know. So you're welcome. One of the reasons why Kolu and what they did in Lagos will never go away, even if they spend the entire wallet of Lagos State to bury this truth. Most of these young people who got so frustrated to the point that they found Kolu's number, and they had to call him on that night of the killings at Lekki. I can just play this one to rejig your memory, so that some of you will have an idea why everybody can't they act like say they're mad these days. Young people, especially when they say they're obedient and they are like coming from the injury of NSAS. Some of you may not know how it was back then, but maybe if I play this, it will, sort of rejig your memory. Then you set up and join us. Let's see the first one.
Hello?
We can hear you, please.
Okay. I'm not the commander-in-chief.
Are you trying to track us now so that you can track us and come and kill us, Abby? Why are you people not saying anything?
You are just being wicked. You are just being wicked.
Are you happy about this? You people are old. Let us have peace of mind. Give us a good government. That's what we want. Are we asking for too much?
Don't you have children too?
Are we asking for too much?
Don't you have children too?
What is all this? Your children will grow up and you'll be dead by then, and they will suffer for everything that you people are doing right now.
Excuse me. You don't even read your social media. You don't need it to understand. You don't even think about tomorrow today. You don't even think about the lie. They feed you lies.
They feed us lies. Is it not what we are seeing? Who ordered the soldiers to go and kill?
We are sure you have powers over this. We are sure you have powers.
Don't we have the right to protest in this country? Why are we a citizen? Why are we suffering? Are we born to suffer?
Why do you believe it is me who ordered the army to?
Because you are the one with the talks, as always. You are the one with the talks. You are the one who is always doing this. You are the one that because they locked down toll gates, because you can't make the money you have. You haven't made enough money. For goodness sake, how much money are you going to spend till you die? How much money?
Who told you that I'm the owner of toll gates?
How much money are you going to be denying this, sir? You are old. You have children. You have children. You have children. You are not going to be alive forever. That's what you should know. You will not be alive forever. And when you are gone, they will continue to suffer for all these things people are doing. People came out to protest peacefully. They didn't attack anybody from day one. Then you people started sending talks everywhere. Everywhere is on fire.
Yeah. I wish I can go and bring back some of the videos and things that happened in October 2020. Those girls, they called him. That's Steve Numbu's number, by the way. If you don't know, that's his number. For some of you who are looking for how to go and get your own Joro Jara, you can text him and start praying for him so that he can give you money, Abi. That's Steve Numbu's number on the screen earlier. Here is another one. From that night.
Okay.
Daddy ẹ kálẹ́ sà, daddy kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn army wọ́n pa àwọn youth ní toll gate kò dàbí eléyìí náà kò yẹ kó máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Only most ṣèwádìí sẹ́. I'm trying to investigate.
Wọ́n ti sọ fún wa pé they said you have even gone out of the country, that you are in France now.
Well,
How true is that, sir?
It's almost true.
Sir, but we know there will be no one to order those army to shoot at the youth unless you.
No, not me. I can never order the army now. Please. I'm not in position to order army now.
Sir, we know you're not in position to order me, but sir, we are very very sure, sir, that ẹ̀yin lẹ rán àwọn sójà yẹn kan pa torí owó tẹ́ make ní toll gate yẹn kò yẹ kó máa lọ báyẹn náà. Ẹ̀yin náà lọ́mọ. Sir, we know how much you make. We know how much you make there daily. So we know how much you've lost for the past 2 weeks or so. We know you're really not happy about this.
Excuse me. Is that enough to kill the people?
Sir,
for money?
I'm not saying you kill them for money.
Sir, who sent the people to remove the cameras from the toll gate? And why did the light at the toll gate go off?
I don't know. I don't run toll gate.
Sir, we know how much. Sir, we know how much you make daily there.
Are you hearing them? You are hearing.
You said what? Are you talking to me, sir?
No, I'm talking to another person on another phone.
Okay, sir.
Abuja.
Sir, this is not supposed to be so. It's not supposed to be so. You're killing the youth. It's not supposed to be so. You people are old. You people should leave us alone. We are the future of tomorrow. We are the future of this country. You people should stop killing us, sir. Please.
I don't want you. I don't want all of you to believe in lies.
Alaji. So I want you to understand something here that you see, this bottled anger, bottled frustration that politicians used to get away with over time, yeah, it has reached its crescendo. It is about to burst, and all thanks to the failure of APC. Don't think these guys are invincible. As much as they want you to live in fear all the time, speak out, speak your mind. They are also very scared too. But somehow, because you are scared, they are scared. They have been in the trade for a while, and they know how to kind of pretend to be calm, in control when they are scared. Bukwari don't ruin everything for them. And I can tell you, except all of them come to their sense, if they choose to, which they won't, right? Until they reach their own doom, right? Until every one of them come together and realize that this Nigeria is no longer the Nigeria they used to get away with the law, because it's going to be the clash of what they've never witnessed before, honestly. Economy is in tatters, right? There is so much division, ethnic division, tribal division. Now, they are also bringing in religious division across the country, and that is manifesting. So if they have no idea where this is going, well, some of us do, and we choose to never be part of that bloodbath. So this is where I'm going to begin to bring, if you want to be part of this, you can join. And all you have to do is use that link. I want to have a kind of a short break. There's a guy they were asking for about Nigeria. I'll share the link again, by the way. So they're asking this guy his opinion about the situation of Nigeria. Now, you see that link on your screen. If you check your comments now, I'm going to tell you, use that, open it up, set your, set your camera and all that, and join us, okay? However, this guy will crack you up a bit, just an extra. They're asking about Nigeria, just like all your politicians as well. The top one, Tifnumbu.
Of Nigeria. Now, tell me the situation of Nigeria and what you think about our government.
No face accountable.
Why?
He's not able to do among. Christmas days is making a caution. 2 years portion to the acquire of loving, time of love. Secondly, school should for loving. Not him now. Go make out the verb.
I'm talking about Nigeria.
Okay, that Nigeria go make a win to show them.
Everybody don't mad. Majority are just trying to control their madness as it is right now. Even your politicians talking, you can see through them. So I am going to bring my first parliamentarian on. I bet here we go. So, and then others, I'm going to say put on your camera, please. If you have joined, I want to say put on. If you don't put on the camera, I can't, I can't bring you on. Okay. So I have my first, and I think you are the only one who seems to be so ready. There. Hello.
My good general.
Mayeti. How are you?
I'm so happy, to be on the program today. Honestly speaking, I was sleeping, like usually I don't have off today, but I'm off. I'm calling from New York. So first I saw the, like the signal that you're on, so I decided to join today.
Class.
Honestly speaking,
please.
Honestly speaking, I've written off that country. Period. I've written off that country. Period. I have to come to this area because it's so hot here in America. I'm in the eastern part of America, and I have to come to the corner so that the kids don't bother me. So just pardon me a little bit. So listening to question so far.
Position of the camera.
All I can say is that country is wrecked, and I'm gonna. Yeah, it's wrecked. It's not. I don't think there's anything that can fix that country. It's beyond repair. It's like you have, like you always say, like we have a car that the engine is packed, the steering, the wheels, everything is practically gone. So what do you want to repair there? Just junk it. So at this point, I've junked that country. Like it's actually in the junkyard to me. So I'll first of all address, in terms of economy, the country is already down. I don't understand why people don't understand. Just common language. That's why that the country is, like drowning in poverty. A leader can still decide to donate 1.6 billion security, whereas in some states there is no security. This is like, are we joking or something? You understand what I mean? Like, I don't really understand. And if anyone is still saying that they want restructuring, they want anything, I don't know what they want. Maybe they can explain, if any one of them is, hearing, can explain what they're talking about, because this is really malady. This is total malady. I don't see anything good coming out of that country anymore. And that actually brings me to the point that, because I read a little bit about Buhari, and I was informed that his father is from Niger or wherever, and his mother is actually Castina.
That's true.
So if that is the case, I think, like in the United States, they go totally against having a foreigner to be their president. I think in future, if we have someone that is misraced like that, we shouldn't even let them be in leadership, because this is like, if you are half-breed, you cannot, like have a total, loyalty for the country that you rule. So that is one. The second point I want to raise tonight is about how they're attacking Ondo State. You always say it in your program, like everyone will eat breakfast. We're getting there.
That's right.
We are getting there. So if by now they don't see beyond, they will never see. I'm not, like pleading to people like, oh, you have to use your brain. Don't use your brain. You get it. You understand? Like, it's me. Like, nobody should even be telling anyone. The people over there should be the ones to even tell us the it that they feel.
Mommy,
yes.
Somebody having my cat.
Okay. Go and play. I'll come back to you. So, no one should even be telling anyone. They should be the one, like, we need help, support us, and then we will, like in Yoruba, they'll say, oh, Maluma, it's okay, come and leave. So we won't help it. If by now, if by now the people over there are still following this stupid politician that don't care what party or what nonsense that they want to say, they're following, I do not care. If by now they don't feel the heat, let them die in that condition. And people can come up and decide on this. It will be better off. If they kidnap anyone and they decide that we're not paying any ransom, I mean, the worst case scenario, they will kill the person. You know, I mean, they're going to die regardless. Just like the Bible, it's about the story of the 3 lepers. Right. That they were by the gates, you know how they castigate lepers. So they were by the gates, according to the story in the Bible. And there was famine in the country. So, you know, someone that is castigated, you know, somewhere in the outskirts of the country. Now, if there's famine in the land, they'll be the last to be remembered. So the people were suffering, and then they were suffering. At some point, the leper says, let us go to the neighboring states. So they were like, if we stay here, we're going to die. If we go, we know the neighboring country is our enemy. We're going to die. We may die. So why don't we go? Why don't we take a bold step and move to the neighboring state? Maybe we could find a favor. And so they moved. They went to the place. However, God went ahead of them. So as they were moving, the people from the neighboring states had a step. It feels like it was a army coming to invade them. So they ran away. And so the lepers were able to obtain the land and went back to give, you know, back to the country, to their country. So at this point, Nigeria is at that point. If we pay these terrorists, kidnappers, we may die. If we do not pay them, we may die. So at this point, do you want to continue to enrich them, give them more power to get ammunition and to get, you know, to invade us the more? No. So people need to take that bold step. I don't care if it's my family member. This is what I will do. I will not pay a dime, and I will tell them, do not give. Yes, my father is with me here, and I still have my siblings back home. My father told me the other time he was going on last year, and he told me, if you hear any news or they kidnap me, do not pay a dime. I am giving you this. It's not that because you're not a good child to me. I am telling you ahead, do not pay a dime. That was what my dad called me. He called me, he sat us down, and he says, if it happens, I go. If there's, if the people can come up and stop paying, because to the people that they go to GoFundMe, get money every here and there and go and give these people and wish them
selling their properties.
We need to come to that level. Yeah. So the moment they stop doing that, then they have to strategize and find another means. Another means before they come up with that, maybe our people will, have another idea on how to move that country. And then the last part I want to talk about is the issue of some people being, I don't know what to say, because some of them, they're educated and yet they talk like they have nothing in the brain. They, tribalize the thing. I'm like, oh, I'm not what do you call it? A bastard. Why should I go and vote for somebody in another party? It's I'm Yoruba, I'm indigenous Yoruba. I have to support Tinubu. So that is ridiculous because I don't really understand. I mean, I'm telling you, when I listen to some of these people, I couldn't even find some, they are, like where the brain, like where the logic is coming from. I couldn't. And at some point, I look at them like, these are like educated people. So, hello, what we're talking about here? So I'm, I don't know. My heart melts. I don't know. But all I know is God will take control one day, and we have to take action. And some of the action is we're all going to eat the breakfast. Let's come to that conclusion. It doesn't matter, it could be my brother tomorrow. As much as I pray that I shouldn't, but if it is, I am not paying a dime. It will be a sacrifice to that country.
Thank you so much, Yeti good, man. I'm so happy that you made it to join us and open the floor tonight. I actually love those that analogy of the illustration of taking us through the lepers history and all that. I love that. And then I'm going to listen to others too. You have a good night, or let me say good evening, by the way, because
okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us, sir. So now let's share our slot. Some of my parliamentarians, for some reason, you have suddenly turn off your camera. When you turn off camera, I will take you off the screen. I will deal only. And you can't, about Motayo, you cannot join us like that, like you are in your bed. So that's one of the conditions. You need to, like, people are watching you all over the world, sir. So I'm going to take you out. So if you want to join us, please, let's kind of treat this like when you want to feature on CNN. Would you feature on that with your shirtless body and all that when they are not doing a bikini interview? So, Omoba Princess, somehow, the road is cleared for you and you'll be the another lady, another parliamentarian to speak, while all men will fix themselves. Put on your camera, leave the camera on. You are part of this chat. If you are not, we would have to for the sake of our viewers, there's no point in them seeing how you are changing your night gear to order. So, Princess, how are you, ma?
I'm very fine, Mayugo. Good evening.
Good evening. So, you are joining us tonight again as usual, and it is the People's Parliament. We've had a lot you can speak on, security, economy, and on like that. So, where would you start, ma'am, before others join? Oh, Princess just kicked out. So I will let Rodney Eze, Rod Eze, and then I've got another person behind the scene as well. Omotayo, I think Baba is now ready for us. So thank you, sir. So I will let Rod speak first. Then I will let you speak after, sir. Okay. But if Princess comes in when Rod is speaking, right? I will let Rod finish. Then Princess will speak. Then it will be you, sir. Okay. So we do it like that until others are ready too. Sir, Sir Rod is, should I say Rod is, or I don't know how you put that, Baba. Why do you put it that way?
It's Rhodes.
Rhodes, right? Good one, Baba.
Yes.
Rodney of the Rodney Brothers. How are you?
Now maybe that there's only one. God bless you, my people. By the way, it was my, I'm watching the same thing on TV. So when the other person finished and the TV went black, that's why you thought I switched off my camera. No, it was just the light. I just had to go and switch back on the normal light.
I just want my people that because everybody is seeing all of us. Okay, I can see, you can see us, right? So when they see some people trying to take off the towel, trying to, they're like,
you know what? We did live show. So
I'm trying to multitask as engineer. I'm also the sound engineer, picture engineer, transmitting engineer, the